Hey guys, Steve Wise here, president and founder of Mental Fitness LLC. For today's video, we're going to take about 5 to 7 minutes and look over 7 qualities to look for in a leader. Now, why is this important? This is important because if you are a prospective employee, you want to be following someone who is genuinely passionate and consistent and a good role model. And if you are that leader yourself, this is important because you want to do these checks. You want to ask yourself, am I being true to these values of leadership? Am I being true to these characteristics? And if not, it just might be a little time for some tweaking. So here are the 7 qualities that I look for in a leader. Quality number 1, that they are true to their word and they're passionate. When they say they're going to start a meeting at a certain time, they're there for that meeting. That they're passionate. I'm not just looking at resume. People with long resumes get burnt out, and when the attitude goes, so does their leadership for me. You want to look for somebody who is not only true to their word and consistent, but has a high level of passion for what they're doing. That matters way more than resume, enthusiasm and passion. 2, you want to make sure that this person is a good role model. If I'm out there talking about healthy living or a positive mentality, but then I am on other forums or in other facets of life speaking very negatively or living a very unhealthy lifestyle, that is not being a good role model. That's not being consistent. You want to see that integrity in your leaders, that they are living the life they are encouraging others to do as well. Principle number 3, quality number 3. Leaders don't ask others to do what they wouldn't do themselves. When I started this business as an entrepreneur, I wore many hats. I was the biller, I was the marketer, I was the therapist, I did my own taxes, every hat one could imagine as a solopreneur you wear, right? Eventually, over time, I've been able to work myself into doing more just what I can do and delegating some of the tasks that other people can do solely to other people on the team. Now, I'm very appreciative of that. But the fact is, I'm not going to ask anybody to do something I haven't or wouldn't be willing to do myself. It's just not fair. It's hypocritical. If you're going to be a leader and you're going to ask people to delegate something, it better be something that you are willing to do yourself, or you won't be respected and people won't do it willingly. Quality number 4, position yourself honestly in the market. So what do I mean by this one? I am a licensed clinical social worker. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a PhD. And that is truly what I am. I don't want to come off as more than I am. I don't want to come off as bigger than I am. I don't want to come off in any way that is misleading or disingenuous, because people pick up on those inconsistencies. If you're positioning yourself as a speaker and you position yourself as an expert on a subject and you haven't done your research, people are going to see that and they're not going to rehire you, right? You need to be honest with your positioning in the market. If you try to put yourself on a greater pedestal than you are, people will see it and it will hurt your long-term reputation. Quality number 5, do your pre-screening before engaging. So what do I mean by this? There's nothing worse than hiring someone too quickly or taking on a client too quickly and then coming to them and having to say, hey, you know what? I don't think we're the right fit. That rubs people wrong. Better to be, do your pre-screening and make sure that person is the right fit, that they believe in your core values, that they are well trained before you put them out there representing your brand or your team. Quality 6, you want to only give advice as a leader on things you've actually done. I am not a nutritionist. I can give very basic nutritional advice, but if you are looking to figure out the best meal plan for you to build muscle mass, I am not a nutritionist. I'm not that guy, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I am not, if you're trying to do an ultra marathon and you're planning to run 50 miles, I've never done that. I've ran a couple marathons, but I'm probably not the best guy to get advice on how to run an ultra 50 or 100 mile run, because I haven't done that. So for me to speak to that would come off as patronizing, condescending, and again, just disingenuous. You want to talk about the things you've done before. And if you get asked for advice on things you haven't done, mention, I've never done this before, but according to this research, right? And only offer that advice then if it's solicited, and cite your source. And then number 7 here is to recognize the mission is bigger than money. Okay, there's nothing worse than following a leader who comes off and says, I promise you, you'll go from this amount of revenue to this amount of revenue. I know because I did it. I don't care. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care, how much money you can make me. That personally is not my goal. And I don't want to see that in a leader, because if I see that's the leader's focus is money and not service and not the scaling the greater mission and it not helping others, then I know that they may prioritize money over some of those other values and prioritize money over hiring a quality employee who represents the brand well, or taking on a client who's a misfit because, again, they're looking at profit, or cheapening the service because they're looking, at the bottom line too much. For me, a great leader recognizes that the mission and the value and service they can add people is what's going to make them a great leader, and they keep their focus there and don't get hung up on the money. So in short, when you're looking to be a great leader yourself, or you're looking, should I follow this leader? Maybe look for the following 7 qualities. See that they're true to their word and they're consistent, and they constantly have a high level of enthusiasm and passion for the subject. See that they are living the lifestyle that they're preaching. They're the same person at work that they are out of work. Make sure they don't ask others to do things that they wouldn't or haven't done themselves. It's hypocritical. Make sure they position themselves honestly in the market. If you see those inconsistencies that make them look not so genuine, pretending to be an expert in things they're not, etc., that's a red flag. Make sure they do diligent pre-screening before engaging, that they are making sure people are the right fit for their business and their service and their product, and not just taking on people kind of willy-nilly and looking to kind of grow quickly without growing smart. Make sure that they only offer advice on things they've done before, that they're not overreaching. Again, we don't want to look kind of inflated in that way. You want to present yourself as humble and an expert of the things you know in the lane that you are in. And then lastly, you want to make sure that they value the mission over money. Because if they value money over the mission, I believe that's a myopic viewpoint that is going to hurt their long-term brand and leadership potential in the long run. And with that, guys, I thank you for watching.